Hello to all my friends out there. So it's lunchtime. I hope everyone is doing good. Okay, I bought fresh mint yesterday, but late last night I haven't gotten around to the comments, but I will. One of the followers mentioned, why don't you dry your mint leaves? And you know, it was like I had a comment by it was on her own channel, Jan from New York, and it was, why don't you run your house like a business? And I thought, yeah, that is really the way to go. So I've been drying these. I don't think they're going to take long to dry, you guys. And the other good comment last night was, why don't you dry your mint leaves and you use 3 or 4 in a glass of tea? So I can buy mint pretty cheap, and okay, my grandmother, you know, when you have kids, don't think that they're not paying attention. So she had a back room, and she used to dry everything natural. And so I will be drying these. I would just switch the paper towels out if they're damp, and I will dry these out, and then I'll put them in a baggie, and you know, then I'll have tea. But in the meantime, this is really good. I got this at 99 cents only. So it's about time for a picnic. I mean, a tea party. I do love picnics as well. And I thought the chat went very well. It was a very, it was a hard subject to do. If any of you have ever tried to discuss certain things rationally, you will know for yourself it's not that easy. That is probably one of the most difficult chats I will ever do. After I do insectoids, I will do the art of disguise. Somebody asked, why don't you mention rearing children single? I go, yeah, that's a good one. And I will do some prepper chats. I might do a prepper chat next week. We'll see. I like to let it flow. Okay, so I like about a half tablespoon honey in my mint tea, a pinch of cinnamon, and what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be cooking up those recipes. I gave you guys about 20 recipes in the last week or so. And I'm going to be doing some prepper videos. Quite a few. I have quite a few. I have plans, big plans. So next week will be either insectoids or a prepper video. I'm not sure which. When the time comes, I'll figure that out when the time comes. And in the meantime, I will have a few tea parties. And that happened from one of the comments too. And one of the followers said, hey, what about the tea parties? And I thought, yeah. All right, so look what I baked. 1/2 batch Thumbprint cookies with my favorite Thumbprint cookie recipe. And I use margarine, so it's dirt cheap. I have to be careful because, oh, and I want to mention, I bought napkins, one marked down half price. So I want to thank the follower for the comment, hey, what about the tea parties? The reason I don't make an entire batch, first of all, this doesn't make too many cookies, to tell you the truth. This only made 7. It only makes 16 for a full batch. And I used my Dollar Tree strawberry jam, and I just used margarine instead of butter. It's cheaper. Okay, so dessert for my tea. This is going to be good with my tea. They're much better homemade. I'll give you the recipe at the end, and they're very, very easy to make. Okay, now what? Well, for tea parties, you need sandwiches. And a classic tea party sandwich is cucumber sandwiches. Okay, all you have to know is 4 parts cream cheese, and I managed to find it now at 99 cents only for $1. 2, 1 part mayo. So I will just get out about maybe a tablespoon of mayo. You know, if you have never had a cucumber sandwich, you might be saying to yourself, that does not sound good. Well, guess what? It is good. You got to try it. There's reasons it's endured down through the generations for tea parties, for ladies having fun tea parties with their friends, or just for eating sandwiches like I'm going to. And so if you get a good tea, anyway, so I had to buy some dill, and so what I will do is I will dehydrate the rest. I will rinse it, and then I will dehydrate it. All right, I need to cut my cucumber up right now. Basically, your cucumber is supposed to, you're supposed to let it set for a few minutes. And I bought a long, thin cucumber, you know, instead of the big fat ones, because I wanted my cucumber tender, like a little cucumber, but I wanted to get as much of a cucumber as I could, of course. This is like carrots. You might not want the biggest. Okay, a lot of people don't peel their cucumbers. I don't eat insecticide-ridden peels of anything if I can help it. And I told my son, don't be letting the dog eat those apples with the peel on. It's very easy to peel stuff. Some people peel most of it off and leave just a little bit on, but I'm actually going to eat this, so I don't really care for the peels. And then what I do is I make the peels as little as the cucumbers as thin as I can. And you know what's good about this? You don't have to have much money to make this and to enjoy this. And if I have some cucumbers left over, I'll just eat them. I was happy with the chat. I think I got through all the points that I wanted to make. Also, all the chatters were nice. I had one who was a supposed Christian. After I thought about it, I thought, okay, common sense wise, I'd say that wasn't a Christian. I'd say that was some troll trying to act like a Christian. So on the future videos, if you see something like, if you see someone who's writing a very un-Christian message that's saying they're a Christian, they're probably a troll. I had another one, it was about, I figure it was a troll too. It was probably the same troll. The one who insulted my makeup, that was a troll. And the one who said, isn't the CNN, you know, isn't that CNN propaganda, that was a troll. So when we're doing the chats, keep your eye out for trolls. There's also just haters, you know. Okay, so now you want to get this stuff nice and smooth, not lumpy. But, you know, even for a troll, the person wasn't too hateable, you know. Usually they're trying to generate hate, and they just generate you hating them, you know. But actually, it was a pretty nice troll. Okay, so now you can season this stuff with anything you want. So I'll have a little Worcestershire sauce. Just a dash. I'm going to measure it because this, I buy this stuff at Dollar Tree. It doesn't have the thing on it. I probably broke it. Okay. A little onion. You know, whatever you have. It can be salt, pepper, and you could add vinegar. Okay, I'll have a little pepper. A little garlic powder. I buy these. This is another thing. I better get just a pinch out. This would really mess up my my stuff if I got too much in. Not to stink of stinky breath. When I used to work, I was going to say live in a salon. When I used to work in a salon, you know, I could never eat anything that would generate bad breath. All right, now stir it up good. Okay, so you can see this is going to be some pretty good dip for my cucumber sandwich. Okay, now you can use dry, but it just so happened that I have fresh. So this is nice if you have a couple of friends over. How about me? I have friends every day. Internet friends. I like it. That's why I do it. The comments are awesome too. I'm sure there's some comments that were left yesterday after the fact. I will get to those. Believe it or not, yesterday I did quite a bit of cooking. After I finish my lunch, I'm going to show you a little dehydrating in the oven that I planned. Okay, so I bought a nice big bunch of dill for this. Okay, you really kind of need dill. It's not going to be yummy without dill. Some people put the dill on the cucumbers. I figure just as long as you get the dill taste in there, it's going to be good. Okay, so this is not expensive. Let me see, I need more dill. No, that tastes good. Okay, now. Let me see, where is my cheap bread? Okay, when you're going to make tea party sandwiches, your sandwiches are going to turn out better if your bread is frozen. This is going to be so delicious, I'm going to make two. Tea parties are fun. You know, when I first did the tea parties, I thought my son would hate it. So just because you have sons and your husband, don't assume they will hate it. They might like it. For one thing, just for something different. It's kind of nice. Okay, so now you want to get enough of this on so you can taste it. I think I made the perfect amount, to tell you the truth. somehow. So I had 4 tablespoons cream cheese and 1 tablespoon mustard. I was really happy because one of the followers said she got herself some decorative knives for her tea party. You guys, rule 2, enjoy life. If you've never had one of these, you might be saying, how can this be good? It's just really yummy with tea. So that ended up, so it'd be about, for each sandwich, if you want to figure it out by the sandwich, it'd be 2 tablespoons cream cheese and about a half a tablespoon of mayo. These are really good too if you've never tried them. Not as good as those homemade cookies, but good. Okay, so I want to make sure my sandwich has plenty of cucumbers. When I was doing the cucumbers tea parties a long time ago, I did this. I did a cucumber sandwich. Those were some pretty nice parties I did back in the day, actually. This will be no problem to eat both of these, and I will enjoy them too. I think prepping is very important, but so is enjoying life. And if you have a nice roof over your head and you have food, you should be grateful. Rule 1, be grateful to God. Or if you got out of some disaster in one piece, that's to be grateful for too. I can't tell you how many times I survived disaster. I mean, terrible disasters. And I was always very grateful to God afterwards. We had a scary situation. My son's girlfriend, Misha, had a broken ankle and she had to have surgery, and I was very scared for her because my son actually had a broken ankle and had ankle surgery, and it was extremely painful. And I said to them, well, why didn't you tell us it was going to be so bad? And they said, well, everyone knows bone surgery is the worst. Well, we didn't. I didn't. I was horrified. Anyway, somehow Misha got the best treatment at Kaiser. I couldn't believe it. Look at this yumminess. And this will taste very yummy. And don't overload your tea party plate, because the servants can always put more back on. In my house, I'm the servant. That's the way I like it too. It's going to stay that way. So I want to encourage you guys to enjoy life. If you're going to eat a sandwich and some cookies, you might as well get the best cookies and sandwich and tea you possibly can, and buy your napkins as cheap as you possibly can. There you have it. Well, I'll turn it towards, it's supposed to be sandwiches and cookies. Okay, you guys, God bless you all.